John Wick, Chapter 4, director Chad Stahelski talks new characters, locations and the future of the franchise. He also talks about one of the trickiest scenes to pull off, the neon noir, art film vibe of Chapter 4, and who's who in the ensemble cast. The man, the myth, and the legend returns in John Wick, Chapter 4, stuntman turned filmmaker Chad Stahelski's latest installment in his lore-rich action franchise, starring Keanu Reeves as the titular legendary assassin. The director informs us that Chapter 4 will dig even deeper into the posh underworld that deals in death and debauchery while maintaining a high degree of class and adhering to a strict set of guidelines. From John Wick's 2014 debut, each film has expounded on screenwriter Derek Kolstad's universe of masterful assassins, revealing more about the fearsome high table of crime lords, the killer-safe space known as the Continental Hotel, and the intertwined lives of these calculating underworld denizens. During his interview with Collider's editor-in-chief Stephen Weintraub, Stahelski revealed that John Wick 4 will be the saga's longest-running entry, with at least a third more scenes than the last one. Will take place across some of the world's most breathtaking landscapes, and will explore some of John Wick's familial past. The director also discussed filming in the Louvre, who Bill Skarsgård plays in the film. The experience seeing Donnie Yen and Hiroyuki Sanada in one-on-one combat, Clancy Brown's pivotal role, what's next for Stahelski, and more. If you're looking forward to the next John Wick sequel, you'll learn a lot reading or watching this interview. Collider asks, the John Wick 4 trailer looks good. I think I'm going to see the movie. Chad Stahelski says, that's good. I'm glad we were trying to push that audience into the theater. Collider asks, you have a release date of March. I'm sure everyone is wondering, where are you in the editing process? Stahelski replies, as we sit, I'm about to go to my next D session. We're pretty close. The picture's pretty much locked. We're just getting in our VFX and doing our culling, and we're starting our sound mix in a week or two, so we're in the final death throes. Is it going to be the longest of all the movies? Stahelski, it has the longest runtime of all the movies. Hopefully, it won't feel the longest of all the movies. Listen, if you released a 4-hour version of this movie, I'd be the first one in theaters, but most people can't take that. How do you debate as a director? Because there's a lot of people that love a 2-hour movie, but I'm fine with a 2.5 or a 3-hour as long as it justifies its running time. So can you talk about, was there a big debate in terms of how long this movie was going to be? Stahelski, oh yeah, yeah, I get it. It's where commerce meets art. It's always going to be that. You'll hear the excuses about more trailers, more showings, more stuff like that. I don't agree with that argument, but I get it. Look, I'm from a different generation. I'm with you. I could watch Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid all day long. I watched Lawrence of Arabia in one sitting. I can literally watch, and I have watched, in less than a weekend, the entire Peter Jackson extended cut of Lord of the Rings on all 3 films. I'm good, and I soak it up. Yeah, there are slow spots, and there's all that kind of stuff. I get that. Look, we know there's a certain kind of pacing for action movies. We get that there's this certain kind of appetite. Luckily, we have a little bit of margin because we have a little bit of world building with the action in John Wick. We wrote a longer movie. We wrote a bigger movie. We wrote a longer script. We wrote at least a third more scenes than the last one. We expect it to be more. We've always expected it to be more, and I think the test, or at least what we're judging ourselves by, is if it's worth it with how we executed what we want it to be more of or not. I think the answer's yes.